Chat, I got a potentially good one here. Of a bronze Junkrat player is that they ranked up from bronze 2 to bronze 1 after this match. DPS Junkrat on Gibraltar of all things. Hello, this is one of my best games of Overwatch 2 ever. See, there's a lot of people that are new age Overwatch players. This is what we used to call back in the day an ego VOD. If you don't know what an ego VOD is, it's basically they try to submit. Actually, someone did it earlier. Someone who popped in, they were like, hey, can you watch this game? Yeah, that's called an ego VOD. When someone's like, oh, hey, watch this one game I played. And because I popped off, it was insane. They want to, have their ego stroked a little bit. Like, oh, you played super well. I'm going to fucking slam you. Anyways, I started playing Overwatch 2 in Season 7. I play Junkrat a lot, but I still need to practice air shots and consistent aim with him. Listen, you need to practice more than air shots if you're in bronze. I just need to be honest with you. Trying to do GM top 500 super skill Junkrat clip type stuff before you've even learned how to walk. I don't want to be a Junkrat which spams. Why not? This is my usual playstyle with Junkrat, but sometimes I have plans, even though it may not look like it. Holy shit, this guy's like a walking memer. Is this guy an actual walking memer right now? I just realized, I feel like there's like 3 or 4 in here already. But halfway through my plan, I realized that it probably doesn't work, but somehow I still try to do them and I end up dying. This would be appreciated. And roasting whenever it's needed. Have a great day. Oh man, hang on, but like, now I have a question. Why, if you realize halfway through, if it's a shit plan, why are you still going through with it? All right, so he has the mine set up. I love all the meticulous setup to like jump out the window with the mine, but like they didn't think about how there's literally a fucking ceiling there and it's not gonna do anything and you're just gonna immediately just... hello? There's a Rhine behind you, I think. So, do you not have a headset? Because like, I'm already very worried the fact that you're chasing this Moira down, and I don't think you have like threat assessment, because like, you almost got hit by an oncoming bus. That guy just happened to stop pinning. Like, you are dead right there. If he just follows through, you're actually dead. And you don't even react. You just keep on your merry way chasing this Moira. Also, I'd probably throw in a reload for a second when you're just going around the corner. Okay, nice. Good mine left click combo. Pretty good. Do you shoot one at a time? I mean, I respect it, I guess. It's a good habit to have for most. Okay, nice. You know what, normally I would say I'd rather have more control over your gun and like your shooting than not having control over it. But you're on Junkrat, and like part of Junkrat's strength is being able to put out lots of damage. Okay, so remember that threat assessment thing we just talked about? I know that Rhine goes over your head, but the fact that it took you this long to realize and react to a Rhine pinning at you is fucking terrifying, because his ass should have killed you, but I think he stopped again. I think he stopped and held spacebar, and so he went over your head, because if he just pinned at you, you're dead again. Yeah, he does. He stops. So I think your left click hit at the same time he stopped, so it rocketed him over your head. But if he just commits to the pin, you're probably dead again. So you gotta be a little bit quicker on that one. Okay. That's the beauty of bronze with these mines, is like typically people will just like walk into them as long as you put them in good spots. Why are you not shooting bottom left? You literally hear enemies over here. You can hear them. Where are you going? Okay. Is this where the plans kick in? Okay, going for tire. Okay. This is your ego VOD? This is your I popped off my best game ever and you just whiffed a tire? And I'm not talking like you missed. You fucking whiffed. Like there wasn't a person like within the zip code of that tire. It's all according to his plan. Okay, so here's a couple things we could have done here, right? Pathing, super important. Then again, I wouldn't have even pulled this tire. There's actually no reason to even pull this tire. You're literally in your own spawn. You've already capped. There's legitimately zero reason to tire. Zero. Go easy on him, this poor guy? No, absolutely not. Actually, I'm gonna ramp it up even further because this guy said this is one of my best games ever. So this is a game they're super, super proud of and they wanna be complimented on it. But that is not how you get better. You do not reinforce bad habits. You do not tell them, oh yes, sweetie, yes, don't worry, you did great. You're in bronze f***ing 1. You know for a fact you ain't doing great. That tire was shit decision from the start because guess what? Here we are already. We have capped. There's no reason. Even if everybody dies right here, your spawn's right there. Guess what? They don't get any advantage from stopping you at all. Zero. So the tire from the start is terrible. Then we pop the tire, right? We pop the tire. Damage calculation on Illari is 75 damage, okay? She would have to hit a shot and a follow-up shot to kill the tire. If you're gonna go for the Illari right away, that's fine. But she also doesn't even fucking hit you. You literally don't take any damage. And so I think you were afraid of your tire dying, but you literally don't even get shot at. So first off, I don't even know why you go for the Illari. Granted, going for Illari is great, but like the idea is you heard everybody fighting down here. You didn't know that because you're up top, but you at least should know from spatial sounds and hearing the fighting. You then would have found out there's a Mei. You then would have found out there's a Diva. And hell, maybe even the Moira would have still been there. They're not, but they could have been in this scenario. So then you end up not going for that. You end up chasing through, you find the Illari, you f***ing whiff. And then you absolutely miss your tire. So what's wrong here? You shouldn't have tired, you chose a bad target, you got scared, and you detonated early. It's literally a failure across the board. So, you don't have the mechanical skill to be picky on your spam shots. You just whiffed multiple shots in a row by a mile, which happens. I do it too. But you missed the mine, which is even scarier. And then you missed 2 shots on him teleporting. So don't be so against spamming chokes, because spamming chokes is actually super valuable on Junkrat. Granted, I'll give you a little bit of a pass on the mechanics, but like if you're trying to be super, super like I won't spam, I don't think that's the right play. Nice, beautiful. That was a good trap, and that was a good follow-up with the left clicks. You got the mine too. I mean, you could have just shot that a little bit quicker and probably got through it. There you go. You could have done that a little bit quicker, but that's okay. You had the right idea. It just took you a little bit longer. So this is where I kind of mean where spamming would be good. So you're really far away, and you're probably not going to hit any shots here. And so I feel like you're kind of trying to line it up on the first couple shots, and then you end up giving up, dropping in. I don't know if I would jump in like this. I think I would shoot the Diva, because you have a better chance of hitting the Diva than hitting anyone else from that far away. Just like basically doing a calculation in your head of what is the chances I can hit one of these targets from this range. Nice. You actually get one with you, although it is a little bit lucky because the Moira kind of face tanked you. But you shouldn't probably put yourself in that position anyways. You kind of put yourself in a really bad spot there, jumping in. Now, if you want to jump in and do some crazy Junkrat stuff, that's fine. But if you want, okay, I'll give you the correct play if you want to be the crazy Junkrat player. You don't want to be like the spammy guy, whatever. The correct play actually probably would have been to go up to the top of ship. And the reason the correct play is to get to the top of ship is you're playing in bronze and most players just stare at the enemy tank, and your tank is sitting down on cart, and their tank is going to come join your tank on the cart, and they're all going to stand here. So by going on the top of ship, it gives you good sight lines, it gives you good places to drop in on somebody. You can also get your mines reset, and you can also drop your trap, and you'll probably get somebody in the trap too, right? They don't look up, they don't look around. Using flanks, using your mobility is genuinely the best thing you can do, but instead you make the worst play available, which is just jumping into the fray here, and you're not going to get anything done, because it's like, unfortunately you're not going to hit multiple shots in a row. It's just not really going to happen. You also seem to reload with one shot a lot, which I've noticed. The age-old proverb, gamers don't look up. Well, especially in these ranks. Okay, I'd actually keep spamming that. Don't stop spamming it. Don't stop spamming it. Okay, you heard the Reaper TP. Actually pretty good. Spam the, yeah, there you go, there you go, there you go. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't, you don't really have to peek out here. Just keep spamming it. There's a diva behind you. That's probably a pretty good target. Okay, that Moira probably would have died on her own, but I don't know. I don't really know. The whole decision-making process there was a little bit tough. You kind of got a little bit scared of the Reaper. If I was you, I would have done this. I would have went, if you really were having a hard time and you wanted to see him, I would have went behind these crates. Because at least you could still see him and you can shoot over the top and you put yourself some distance, because like, you have a little bit of distance here, you have some cover here. When he walks at you, he has to walk through this doorway, and if he walks through this doorway, you will absolutely decimate him while you can still see him and still put shots on him. But you'd end up not thinking about that. You kind of just like hide in the corner, and you don't even end up spamming the corner that much. You only fire like 2 or 3 shots. So if that Reaper was determined, I think you're dead. Dizzy, thank you for the 7 months. 7 up, thank you for the 12 months. Appreciate both of you, thank you. So, yeah, not my favorite tire. Not the worst tire, but not my favorite. So far, 1 really bad tire, 1 tire I think could have been a little better. You don't have the... You do not have the capabilities for that one, my friend. Okay, I like this flank, actually. Now if you mine over the top, throw a mine on the ground. Throw a mine on the ground. You don't see opportunity. Why? See, you're throwing a mine at the Mei instead of going over there, dude. If you went there, I bet you would have killed him. I bet if you mined over, dropped a trap right on the Mei, dropped your next mine that you had come off cooldown, you would have killed her. I bet you would have. I bet you could have done it. You don't see opportunities like that, though. Oh, a little bit late. I mean, you finally went up. Took way too fucking long, but here we go. All right, so I don't know why you're looking backwards. You should be looking forwards, because the enemies are going to be in front of you, not behind you. Are you doing like damage calculation? Are you doing like geometrical calculations of like, okay, the wind is coming from the east, 26 degrees at 3 miles an hour. If I line this up, dude, just start shooting, man. Guy was good. By the time you did the analytical calculations to figure out how far you had to shoot this goddamn shot, this guy was gone. Ready? You just spam. You probably hit a bank shot, or at least have it. Probably not, to be fair. You at least have a small chance of hitting a bank shot because they did buff the ricochet, but you take so long. Look at him. By the time you did the math calculations, he's already turned the corner. He's gone. he's actually come all the way back around and is back in the fight. By the time you figured out the math and you finally fired and dropped the mine and exploded it. So I just heard the Reaper TP. You did not hear it. Hey, good little reaction mine right there, but you know, I would have liked to hear you, like, hear the TP. Okay, that was pretty good, actually. God, I fucking love Bronze, dude. You always see the absolute stupidest shit. You see, Flats, that's why this is an eco VOD. I planned this, actually. My plan was to throw the trap at the cart, because the Reaper would flank me and then chase me all around, and I would force his fate. He would go back to the cart, and then the trap would kill him. Okay, L, shut the fuck up, bro. Good shot. You and I both know that trap ain't getting nobody. It's okay, happens. Spam though, this is the time to spam! They're sitting in the, okay, you ever heard of like, I forget what it's called, but there's that thing where in like real life, like people make paths, right? Like they make paths by walking. Desire paths. So there's desire paths, right? These desire paths are things that like people walk along a certain stretch of grass because it's like the fastest point between point A and point B or whatever, and there's like not actually a path there, right? There are desire paths in Overwatch. And desire paths in Overwatch are certain points that people always love to sit, right? Like if you're playing Widowmaker on Junkrat, you typically can look at like one of 3 locations and there's gonna be a Widowmaker in one of those 3 locations, right? In this case, for playing Junkrat, you need to learn where all the desire paths are for the game. and one of them is this corner, especially early on, because they want to hold the cart sort of around the corner, and depending on what rank it is, they might even want to hold it even further, and so you can absolutely decimate here. It is so valuable just to spam on these, because look where the cart is for you. It's so far behind you that it's legitimately free real estate. You don't have to peek, you don't have to put yourself in a bad spot, you can build all charge. What are you cooking? I thought you were gonna go to the top, and maybe you just f***ed up. I knew the trap was gonna happen there. I knew they were gonna put a trap down, and someone's gonna walk into that trap, aren't they? Someone's gonna walk into that trap. Someone's gonna walk into that trap. So, unfortunately, kind of takes a little bit too long on the flank, which is not your fault, but probably would have went a little bit quicker if you could. And you get one. This is sort of a feed though. Like if you really wanted to be a sneaky top tier Junkrat player, like seriously wanted to be a sneaky Junkrat player, the second you see this, ready? You hear ult, your tank's dead. You can peek the corner right here, and you see this, and you see another one's dead. I would go back and hide, because they're not gonna push you, right? They hopefully don't even know you're there. To be fair, you're playing in bronze. I guarantee you would get away with it. I would wait. I would sit there and I'd wait. Because once your team regroups and goes to push again, you don't have to go for the long flank. You're already set up and ready to go. Also, I just realized the reason why you did get someone in that trap. I just saw it. The reason your ram got rolled is because your entire team flanked. Did you guys notice? You, the Mercy, and the Tracer all flanked. Your poor front line. Okay, there's a May. Yep. Okay, that's pretty good. Their D.Va's inting. Nice. Good punish. Now wait a few seconds before you pop this tire. Wait like... Yep. We'll wait a little bit longer, but this is okay. There we go. Finally, your first good tire. I was a little worried. Whoops. Jesus, I thought my computer was about to break. I was a little worried there because you got so scared of the May shots. I thought you were gonna miss, but hey, there you go. Pretty good. Oh God, not this again. What are you cooking? Your ram's gonna get rolled. No, you backed away. Okay, this is a good little spot. I like this. See, this is where I'm worried that you don't like spamming. What are you doing? Why did mom call from the other room and you had to be like, yeah, what? No, I'll be done soon. My game's almost done. Yeah, I can be down for dinner. Okay, and then you go back into the fight. Like, what the f is this? Why do you just like stop playing for like 8 seconds? Fire a couple shots and you back away, you reload, you wait for a minute. You're scared of the orb? Dude, you just literally just disappeared for like a solid 7 seconds in the middle of the fight. What's the fired one shot, went back. You are not gonna die to that high noon. You would be totally fine. Like you can still keep peeking. This is why like the whole not spamming thing is so weird to me. Okay, they're D.Va fed again. Again, you have this really bad habit of reloading with one shot left, even in the mid fights. Like, which is fine to reload when, especially on a low ammo hero like Junkrat. But okay, so I know that you're trying to do big plays because you probably see clips and stuff like that, and you want to do it too. But I don't know if your sensitivity is too low or your mouse pad is too small. But like, you get lost, and then like you can't turn around fast enough. They kind of walked into those, but you know what? That's how Junkrat be sometimes. Throw mine. A little quicker, just so you don't get rolled, but that's okay. That's gonna come with time. That was pretty good. So, problem. You're rolling. This is great. This is phenomenal. Small problem. Your internal timer isn't very good. Your internal timer isn't great. And so you hard go for this Cass, but I would have been looking for the D.Va coming back because you killed the D.Va early in the fight. That D.Va is probably what's gonna f you guys up the most. I would have waited just a second longer. Just a second longer. You demech the D.Va, you have a really good chance of winning this. Also, probably would have put a trap behind the front of the cart if you could have during that little exchange, but that's okay. A lot's happening. I'm not gonna get too upset with it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. That trap got somebody. Okay, you're getting a little lost again. See, this is the whole, you know, you're not very good at tracking. Your sensitivity is either too low or your mouse pad is too small, because once you have to do any big movements, you're like, oh shit, it's like I'm fighting someone and then they go to my left, you're like, oh shit, hold on. You know what I mean? It like takes you an extra minute to get all the way over there. It takes too long. They have bomb. Uh-oh. 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 Oh no. Oh, it's like as the prophecy foretold. Oh no. Good trap. That May's off cart though. Oh, it's close. No, you're gonna die. No. Your team clutches though. Yeah, reaction time needs some serious work. Serious work. I don't know if it's just like headset, I don't know if it's mouse control, I don't know what it is, but it takes, like, in those brawls, it takes you way too long. I'm more of a personal favorite of trap up here, because at least in high level play, people like to contest bridge because they don't want to give you the space up here. And if you really get into high ranks, like really big brain stuff, you can actually put it like in the corner here and then bait like a Winston in to come kill you, or if you get low HP and then you hit them in there, or a Genji or something like that. I've seen some Junkrats do some absolutely diabolical shit on this exact spot. Good spam in the beginning, get some good ult charge. See, there's a Winston. See, if the Winston was smart, he would actually come to contest you. But again, this is bronze. He literally just missed the jump. That's the caliber we're in. Twice. He's also 1 HP. I know you got a little bit spooked there because of the Cass, so I'm not gonna be too harsh on you on that one. I think you probably could have won that though. Good shots. The analytical brain is going. I'm doing a weird trap. Again, I'd put the trap up here with you, to be honest. Don't be afraid. What are they gonna do? Shoot at you? Make them hit you. It's fucking bronze. They're not gonna do shit. Keep spamming. Spam! Spam! Stop shooting one shot and then hiding! It's like you go AFK and check Bumble. Just nothing's going on there. Stop! See, why do you keep doing this? Why do you keep doing this? You're fine. Keep fucking fighting. They haven't even pressured. It was at this moment he knew. Though. Are they just not gonna turn around? They just don't turn around. They literally just don't turn around. They just let. Ah, okay. All right, fair enough, I guess. I think that's a great example, though, of you didn't really make a play. It's more of the elo you're in, they make mistakes, because you should not get away with that. You should have died basically instantly. You would have got the Moira kill, for sure, but the fact you stayed there that long and you were fine, I'm blown away, actually. But, if anything, actually, we should teach you something with that. Remember that thing I was talking to you about on the ship of Gibraltar on second? How you could have went up there and probably kept doing a lot of damage? Guess what? Look at that, and how they don't turn around and where you're playing, and abuse the fuck out of that. Do them more often. Not saying like to drop on them type of situation. I mean like be behind them more often. Because the drop on him thing, you're not gonna... I mean, I would have just peeked one more time and threw a mine instead of tiring for a single guy, but I mean, hey, I guess that's fine. See, this is where it gets real spooky, just jumping down and doing nothing here, because a good Moira should have killed you. Like, I don't know what in the Moira is doing. Like, why? I think it's probably one of those things where they're like trying to be like the perfect support, and they're trying to just heal their tank, and so they're trying to just coalescence their tank the whole way through, even though he's more than half HP and has Primal coming up and then Primals. So like, I don't know what's going on here, but like, this is bronze as shit. Like, I know it might sound stupid to say, but like, come on, dude, he just left you. Like that, like, what is that? You should be dead 9 million times out of a million. You know what I mean? So it's like, some of these plays that you might be thinking are really good because you're winning are not good. Like, their team just blows. And so the worst part of this so far is, as an ego VOD, I don't even think this is very good, because you're more or less just making less mistakes than they're making. And they don't punish your mistakes. So it's like, their mistakes are so terrible that as long as you just like don't giga feed, you're gonna end up looking like a superstar. Which, granted, you know, you can win games by just making less mistakes than the other team, but their team is making so many fucking mistakes that it makes you look like a rock star. And I think the thing that should be the most pointed out to you is the fact that there's a minute left on the clock and you're still holding their fucking spawn. To be fair, he's not a feeder. No, he's absolutely a feeder, for sure. Their team is just terrible. Feeder, they literally dropped into their team 1v4 in their backline, and then killed one and didn't immediately try to escape. They just kept standing there and looking around. Like, that is feeder behavior. Like, if anyone on their team turns around, if anybody in their team legitimately does anything there to stop them, they die instantly. It's not even getting lucky, it's just their team blows. Like, you're playing in bronze. Like, it's literally like bad player versus bad player, and one of them just happens to be really fucking bad. Like, this is a feed and a half. In fact, he's even still alive. Okay, there we go. Another giga feed, like a generational type feed. I don't know in what world we think it's a smart idea to walk out. You know what? Okay, let's see what it looks like from the other team. You think this is a smart play? You think walking out of the fucking door in front of the entire team and standing there is a smart idea on low ground Gibraltar? Master plan? Dude, this isn't even an apprentice plan. See, this is where you want to be hard spamming. I don't know why you shouldn't have the Moira. I would be spamming main. Spam main. Okay. What? Dude, what is this? Why do I keep watching this shit? Why am I watching you peek out, look around, take out the binoculars, fire one shot, and then go back into hiding and reload? Like, dude, what are you doing, man? Okay, so another drop down. I don't think you have a really reason to drop down here, but you're gonna go for the flank. Okay. I mean, when you're flanking like that, you should be checking above you to be sure, but like, that's a little bit more advanced, so like, I'm not gonna be up your ass about that. But another generational feed. So remember that thing we were talking about, these absolute generational feed, where you just go in and just walk into their team 1v1,000,000 and just instantly explode, and you weren't exploding? Here's one of the times where, well, you didn't get lucky, you weren't behind them, and they realized, oh shit, this guy's standing in front of me. Let me just fucking kill him. You don't even need to drop down here, by the way. Like, you could have just stayed up top and kept spamming, and you would have probably killed anyone that walked through, because they have to touch card. There's 3 seconds left, but I think you still win the game anyways. You're probably still gonna win anyways, so it doesn't even really matter, but yeah. That was your best game. That was your ego VOD, but it's like, you literally didn't actually make any crazy plays at all. Like, the whole game. Like, there was a couple, like, hell yeah, that's fucking good. You know what I mean? Like, that was pretty decent. That wasn't bad. But, like, you weren't hitting some crazy shots. You weren't making super impactful. Like, there was literally a few times where they just walked at you in a straight line and explode. So, that was more they sucked than you popping off. So, the biggest takeaway for you is stop the weird I'm not gonna spam thing. That's kind of strange. And 2, I think your sensitivity's too low or your mouse pad's too small because you can't react fast enough.